Hey guys, welcome back to Puppet Loudum, and welcome back to Steam Prison. We are with Yune, and I guess he thinks that we're a criminal, and so we're just, I don't know what the punishment's gonna be, but let's get into it.
ティステラ、お前は罰として私の付き人になれ。
Okay. Serving you? How is it a punishment to be your servant? I would be serving you, Saint Yune. That's not a punishment, it's an honor.
普通はそうかもね。でも
But?
今は言ってあげない。楽しみはじっくり味わうべきだから。
What if he's like a huge creep? I don't know. What if he has like weird fetishes? I'm afraid.
とにかくお前は適任そうなんだ。引き受けてくれるよね。
Of course, please let me serve you or I can't. Of course. What the fuck? Like, of course. Like, it's either that or be sent to the depths, and I don't want to deal with Burger again, so. Serving Saint Yune. Apparently he liked that. Well, obviously he would, but I had no idea what made me suitable or why he had decided that. It's definitely better than exile in the depths. It would be an honor. Allow me to serve you. The choice is simple.
ありがとう。もっと絞られるものだと思ってたから拍子抜けしたけど、何を言おうが付き人にさせるつもりでいたから即断してくれて助かったよ。
Oh, okay.
それじゃ今日からよろしくね、付き人さん。質問はまた後で。先に仕事の引き継ぎをしてもらうよ。
Saint Yune clapped his hands and a door opened. A man appeared, moving in soft, careful motions.
彼女に付き人の仕事を教えてあげて。伝え忘れのないように。いいね。かしこまりました、ユネ様。
Saint Yune nodded and looked at me again.
じゃ、また後で。お前の働き、期待しているよ。
What kind of training? Oh god. It's gonna be like, you must drink like a gallon of holy water and you must cleanse yourself of all impurities. I don't know. With that, Saint Yune left the chapel. Why did he pick me? I didn't get the chance to ask. The situation was so bizarre that I had to ask myself whether I was dreaming. But I wasn't. I had to accept it. Anyway, I can stay here now. And I was even going to live inside the temple near Saint Yune. The temple was at the heart of our country, the focal point of all that had happened in it. Here I had the chance to prove my innocence. But I need to do it lawfully. I need to clear my name properly. Finn was going through a lot because of me as well. Perhaps if I could prove my innocence, that would help him too. I won't give up, and there's a lot of work ahead of me.
こちらがユネ様の予定を記した書類です。
Oh God. Can you explain?
新会員がまとめた要望書で週の初めに発行されます。ユネ様の判断で変更、取り消しとなる場合もありますが、通常こちらに記載されたことが執り行われます。
I just gotta say, it must suck to be like immortal. Because you, like, all your friends die over and over again, and like everybody's reviewing you as like some kind of god, and you're just like exhausted of life. Like, you're just like, please, I don't want to do this every day for the rest of my life. Like, imagine if you had to work or like go to school every day for the rest of your life while all your friends died and stuff. Like, it's awful. I see. There are quite a lot.
驚くのはまだ早いですよ。これで全部ではありませんから。
Oh God.
予定が変更となった場合は、あなた自身が報告書を作成し、新会員の情報管理課へ提出しなくてはいけません。
That's rather important.
ええ、頑張ってください。
Okay, well that should be easy enough, right? She's just like a secretary or something. I nodded and took the schedule. I have to say that I'm surprised. I didn't know that Saint Yune was so busy.
民のために祈りを捧げるだけの存在だと思っていましたか？
Well...
隠さなくてもいいですよ。私も付き人になるまではそう思っていましたから。
Wait, so isn't she taking his job? Oh, you're his attendant as well?
元ですけどね。
Oh, shit!
あなたが選ばれましたから、私はお役御免となりました。
Oh, that's sad. What? But why?
わかりません。今朝方ただ一言、代わりのものをつけると言われただけですから。
Oh, God.
言いづらいですが、それも罪をお持ちの方だとは思わず、いささか驚いてしまいました。
Dude, imagine being this guy and you've been working for this god for literally like most of your life, and all of a sudden that guy's just like, never mind, I don't want you anymore, bring the criminal in. I'd be like, what? Like, I can imagine, yes. Nobody likes to be dismissed, and being replaced by a criminal must hurt even more. It hadn't been my idea for this to happen, but I felt sorry for him. I'm so sorry.
気にしないでください。相応の保証と次の職の斡旋をしていただけるそうですし、私は平気です。
Jeez. But it can't be easy for you to suddenly walk away from your job.
そうですね。多少は。ですが平気です。ユネ様がお決めになったことですから。かの方の言うことは絶対です。そろそろ夕食の時間ですね。ユネ様に食事を届けるのも付き人の仕事です。専用の厨房へ案内します。ついてきてください。
He gets a personal kitchen? Dang. Alright. He already had an attendant. So why? And why has he picked me? Listening to the man had made me more and more confused as to Saint Yune's motives. Was I ever going to understand him? I have a lot to do. Excuse me, Saint Yune.
どうぞ。
I've brought your dinner.
ありがとう。お前の付き人としての最初の仕事だね。頑張って。
Thank you. That puts a lot of pressure on me coming from him. I surveyed the room, moving carefully so as not to spill the bowl of corn soup. That's actually so funny that she frickin' is putting down corn soup, because I had a discussion earlier with some of my friends, and I was like, do you consider soup a meal? Like, do you consider it dinner? Like, let's say, like, and it's not like stew or like chili or anything. It's like soup, like literally like tomato soup or like asparagus soup. Like, there's no sustenance in it. It's just like the liquid. Do you consider that dinner or not? Because I personally don't, but I'm sure somebody out there considers it to be a meal, because I was looking at a recipe and it was like, oh, like it'll be a great like weekend meal or something, or weeknight meal. And I'm like, you're not gonna eat soup as a meal, are you? Like, that's it? It's not like there's literally no noodles or anything. Like, it's not like chicken noodle soup, like, which is the only soup I would even consider being close to a meal. But like, my freaking monkey brain is just like, where's the chew? Like, I want to chew something, you know? Anyway, put in the comments below if you think that soup is a meal or not. So this is his room. White seemed to be the main color throughout. The temple's crest was even embroidered on the bed sheets. It feels a bit lifeless.
よそ見したら危ないよ。
Wow, that was very rude, but okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I set his food before him, and Saint Yune took a piece of bread from the platter. See, at least he has bread, so he can dip the bread in the soup. But then the bread becomes the dinner, and not the soup. The soup's just an afterthought. So he does eat.
当たり前だよ。私だってお腹くらいすく。
He can hear my thoughts? That startled me. Saint Yune grinned.
何を考えているかはわかるよ。私の食事を初めて見る人は大抵同じような表情をするからさ。
Oh.
聖人だなんだって崇められてるけど、本質は人間だからね。食事もすれば、睡眠もとるよ。
I see. I will remember it.
別に、忘れないよう心がけないといけないことでもないと思うけど。
Okay. I'm gonna make like Saint Yune bingo. Does he eat? Does he sleep? When he smiled, he looked like an adolescent. Seeing that aspect of him was a surprise to me.
あ、部屋から出て行かなくていいよ。お前も一緒に食べて。パン、温かくて美味しいよ。
That's nice of him. He laughed again and gestured at the sofa opposite himself. He's eating while he's sitting on the sofa? Look at this bougie sofa. Like, I don't know if you guys have gone sofa shopping recently, but that sofa looks expensive. Like, it looks maybe $1,000+ at least. Just gonna eat on the sofa, I guess. But I...
食堂で食べてきたんだろ？知ってるよ。でも付き合ってよ。一人の食事は楽しくないし、それに伝えないといけないことがあるからさ。
What is it?
そう。私がお前を付き人として雇おうとした理由、知りたいだろ？だからほら、こちらへおいで。
It's kind of convenient, because then she doesn't even need to talk. He just knows what she's thinking. Alright. I'd wanted to ask him. The riddle I'd been unable to solve was going to solve itself for me.
お前にね、付き人の仕事以外に頼みたいことがあるんだ。
What is it?
私を殺してほしいんだ。
Okay, are you sure you want to talk about this over your corn soup and bread? Like...
手段は選ばないから、いつか私を殺してくれ。できれば上手に。苦しまない方法がいいな。痛いのは誰だって嫌でしょ？
See, I'm telling you, nobody wants to be immortal. It sucks.
痛みなんて数百年感じたことないんだけどさ。
Wait, he literally doesn't feel pain? The conversation had taken a shocking turn. Meanwhile, Saint Yune was eating as if nothing happened.
パン、最後の一つだけど、いる？
No, please. Was he kidding? Or perhaps I'd misheard him.
ねえ、返事は？お前は私を殺してくれる？
I hadn't misheard him. Well, would you tell me your reason? Why do you want to be killed?
私には、私自身にしか理解できない悩みがあるんだよ。お前には一生わからない悩みがね。お前の罪人処分報告書を読ませてもらったよ。二人人間を殺したそうじゃないか。それも肉親。なかなかひどい話だ。それほど非道なものなら、私も殺してくれるんじゃないかと期待してね。だから下界送りから救ってやった。
Bruh.
ということで。
What?
ね。引き受けてくれる？
Well, I mean, I understand why. If you insist. Like, what am I supposed to say? I'm sure that's what he wants us to say. Okay, if you insist. I don't want to kill him if it can be avoided. I knew he wanted that. I hadn't even killed my parents to begin with. It wouldn't be an easy request. Are you quite serious about this?
当然。冗談で罪人は救わないよ。私は本気だ。本気で死にたいと思っている。しかし、私の周囲の者はそんなことは許さないだろう。聖人ユネを愛しているからね。
Jeez, that's really sad.
だから、犯罪者が適任なんだ。そして、お前が選ばれた。頼れるのはお前だけなんだ。
I hadn't killed anyone yet. I wasn't going to have an easy time. But this is what Saint Yune wants, and I dodged having to go to the depths. I can hardly turn him down. I tried to think of a way to have my cake and eat it, but then gave up and nodded. I understand. If you insist, I will do it.
ありがとう。私が見込んだだけのことはある。
Did Saint Yune really hire me because he thinks I killed my parents? Apparently, the false charges had brought me into his service. He saw me as a murderer. My soul felt weighed down, dragged into a reality I didn't want to acknowledge. I didn't know.
それ以上、親殺しを否定してはいけないよ。
I realized that it was a k, not a n. I thought she was going to say I didn't know, but no, yeah. Why not?
私はお前の冷酷さを買ったんだ。殺せないなら、お前は不要だ。
Jesus.
罪人処分報告書には、有罪と信じるに足りる説明があった。それを覆すのはなかなか苦労するだろう。物的証拠は保管室に封印され、殺害現場は跡形もなく清掃され、新たな証拠は出ないだろうね。ユネ石英の命令さえあれば、無条件で解放してやれるだろうけど、あいにく、私にその気はない。ティステラ、上界にとどまりたいのであれば、私に従うほかないんだ。
Wait, so he knows that we're not a murderer, and yet he's like, you have to kill me anyways. Like, what? What?
そんな顔しないで。無事殺せたら、ご褒美をあげるから。
Am I a dog? What?
お前の自由を保証すると約束する。死んだ後のことだから約束が果たせるかはわからないけど、誰にも否定できない書面を用意しておいてあげる。私を殺すことで罪が消える。そう思えば悪くないだろ？
That's a horrible deal. I can't tell whether that's good or bad. But I'll do my best to fulfill my duty.
うん、それでいい。期日はいつでも。とか言ったらいつまでも伸びてしまいそうだね。1ヶ月だ。1ヶ月以内に私を殺すこと。もしお前が仕事を放棄したとみなしたときは、私がお前を殺す。それでいい？
What the Okay. Alright, I understand. A month. I didn't want to kill Saint Yune if there was a way to avoid it. I need to think about whether there's a way I can avoid this. And if there isn't, I should prepare to be killed. Of course I didn't want to die. But I knew I'd rather be killed than have to kill someone else. Saint Yune wiped his mouth with a napkin and stood up.
さて、いい時間だ。次の仕事に移るとしよ
う。Okay, but...
きっとその書類には書いてないよ。緊急の用ということで引き受けたから。どうせどうでもいい内容なんだろうけどさ。さあ行こう。ついておいで。
Okay. Useless attendant I am, but okay. He led me to one of the parlors in the temple, which strangely looks a lot like that other dude's place down in the depths, but whatever. The guide that the previous attendant had given me said that it was a room that Saint Yune mostly used for discussions. Apparently, these were going to take place with a number of government officials.
ようこそおいでくださいました。お忙しい中、申し訳ございません。
Waiting for us was a tall, somewhat elderly man with some young men behind him. Judging by their clothes, they were nobility.
うん、本当に私を捕まえられてよかったね。
Oof.
ええ、それはとてもとても。おや、そちらは。
I looked at Saint Yune, unsure whether giving my name was allowed. Saint Yune grinned and said, "She's Krimu."
私の新しい付き人だ。多分害はないから安心して。
And I guess we're gonna stop here. Yune's a weird one. I don't know exactly how to feel about him yet. I feel like he's even weirder than Ines was. Like, Ines was a really strange guy, but like, at the end of the day, Ines is still like a relatively good person. Yune is just a weirdo. Like, I think he's probably just weird in my sense because he's been alive for so long, so he's seen like the worst of people and stuff. But still, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about him yet. I think I like him because I really liked him in the ending of Ines's, but we'll see. Next episode, we'll talk to this old politician dude.